Hey! Don't come in here. What are you... Oh my god, get out! Okay. Now that I've had a chance to actually put my robe on, do you want to tell me why you thought that the bathroom wasn't occupied, the light was on, and the door was closed, and did you not hear the shower running just a few minutes ago? What is wrong with you? Or is it just that you're a pervert and you were trying to catch me in there? Is that it? Okay. Judging by the terrified look in your eyes, I'm going to say you probably didn't actually mean to walk in on me. And deep breaths. I am the bigger person here, metaphorically and physically, and in age. Therefore, it is my job to accept responsibility for at least the parts that I had influence over, such as forgetting to lock the door when my brother's friend was over. Okay. I'm a little less mad at you now, but still, have you ever heard of knocking? Especially at someone else's house when you're about to use their washroom? Ugh. I just... Can we agree that you're not going to tell anyone what you saw here today? And I agree that I won't call you out as a huge pervert to your friend? Is that a deal? Well, at least you're sorry about it. Look, I'm not too angry at you. I am a little bit. I won't lie about that. I still feel like this was mostly your fault. But these things happen. Embarrassing stuff happens to people all the time. And today, it just had to be me. First, spilling my water bottle all over my pants. And then tripping and falling during lunch and planting my face straight into the chocolate pudding. And now this. It's just really not my day, is it? Okay, you know what would make me feel a little bit better, actually? Tell me a really embarrassing secret of yours, and then I think we'll be even. Really? You just walked in on me completely. And you're not even going to tell me something that is not nearly as exposing? Just to make my life a little bit better? After the stress I'm under with everything going on? Ugh, of course I promise I won't tell anyone. This isn't the 6th grade. My brother's friend's secret is not gossip for all of my friends. Just spill it, okay? And then I will fully forgive you for what has happened here. And you can go ahead and use the washroom. Really? Okay, I didn't promise not to laugh, but I suppose it's not fair of me to be too harsh on you, because I did make you tell me this after all. Okay. Okay, you've served your end of the bargain. Now you get off with this scot-free. But again, you are not to mention this to anyone. least of all my brother. He is not to know that you saw what you saw. He would never let me live this down. I would be the laughingstock of the household more than I already am on a regular basis. God. What do you mean you find that hard to believe? I am always getting myself into embarrassing situations, it seems. I'm just clumsy. I really can't help it. I've tried all of the regular hand-eye coordination exercises. I've really done everything I can. And it's not like I'm not athletic. But no matter what, I still seem to run into things and fall over, drop stuff, break stuff. Ugh. Just one thing after the other. And today it just had to be some very publicly embarrassing incidents instead of the regular, more private ones. You know, stubbing my toe on my dresser twice in a span of 10 minutes. Stuff like that. Or wearing my shirt inside out for most of the day, but thankfully I've been inside all day because it's Saturday and I have no friends. That was a joke. I do have friends. I promise. For better or worse, I have friends. They have a great sense of humor and are able to laugh at my misfortune just as readily as the rest of my family. I mean, kudos to you for not laughing or making any snide comments. I mean, maybe you understand that. Well, when you get to my age, you start worrying a lot about how your body looks. So, I already get it from my family enough, because you know how it is with parents feeling like they have the right to comment on every little thing about your life, as if they own you, and therefore your feelings don't really matter. You know, my mom coming around and pinching my stomach and saying, "Oh, have you been eating more popsicles? I was wondering where they all went." Like, come on. Is that any way to talk to someone who's already struggling with changes as it is? Not that they care. As long as they get to laugh, that's all that matters. You think it doesn't sound fair? I also don't think it sounds fair. And I know that they shouldn't do that, I guess. Rationally, I know that, but a part of me feels like I've earned it by just being a walking tragedy. I trip over my own toes while standing still. Like, I get why people think they have the right to make fun of me. I'm pathetic. It's hilarious. You really don't think I'm pathetic? Well, the fact that I can't help it from happening is what makes me feel pathetic. I'm just at the mercy of the universe. Any little thing can grab a hold of me, and then I'm tumbling through the air. My legs are all bruised up. I've got scrapes on my elbows. And again, I'm constantly stubbing my toes. I feel like an old man with how many aches and pains I already have. And worst of all, it really is just my fault for being this clumsy. I just can't help feeling like there's something I should be doing, and I'm just not. And when people laugh, I don't think they know how hard I'm trying behind the scenes to make things better. Ugh, I don't know why I'm telling you all of this stuff. You're just the latest member of the audience to my ongoing misfortune. Though I'd imagine this is pretty humiliating for you too. Nothing's more awkward than running in on someone in a really sensitive situation and you're trying to not be weird about it? You're staying overnight, aren't you? So I'd imagine when we all eat breakfast tomorrow morning, you're going to be trying very hard not to look at my face. Or me at all, to think of it. And I get that. So maybe we're both sharing a lot more misfortune than I thought. Well, at least I don't feel alone for once. And again, I really appreciate you not saying anything about how I look. You don't have to call me pretty just to make me feel better. Oh, come on. But thanks anyway. It means a lot to hear someone say it. No, people don't usually tell me I'm very pretty. For one, all of my friends are skinnier than me, and, well, most of them have boyfriends already, or have had boyfriends. And it's just, I feel like I'm being left behind a lot of the time, so yeah. I just think objectively, more evidence points to me being less pretty than the other girls than even on the same level. And I know it's not really fair to compare myself to others, but it's hard to feel good about yourself when everyone else's life just seems so much better. Ugh, yada yada, grass is always greener on the other side. I know, everyone's got their own problems, but at least the universe doesn't have to bear witness to them usually. For me, it's just, ugh. Everyone knows how much I suck at doing basic things like just walking upstairs. I'm one of those people who can trip and fall upstairs. That is embarrassing, especially if it happens multiple times in a day, multiple times in a week. I don't usually have people expressing much sympathy when I'm, you know, in pain. They're too busy snorting at how silly it is that I managed to fall flat on my face while doing absolutely nothing. So, well, maybe you're not so bad after all. I don't know, you just think more people would be sympathetic? Like, well, maybe not. You know those videos? Those funny videos where you watch someone in a situation and they get hurt and it's still really funny even though you know that it's probably gonna leave them with a bruise? Usually being hit in the groin, which is somehow unimaginably funny. Ugh. I just happen to be that. Live and for everyone to see. And I need to stop griping about all this stuff, really. You may think I'm pretty, but just so you know, you're not too bad yourself. No, I'm serious. You're not hard on the eyes. Don't take it the wrong way. I'm just saying that, you have a decent chance of getting into a relationship. Probably a better chance than I do. Or maybe about the same. Oh no, I didn't mean anything by that. Um, I guess I appreciate how nice you are. And respectful, but also just listening to me ramble on and not being mean. Even though I'm just your friend's sister. I'm sorry, you probably have to use the washroom. I'll just. Done already? Oh, I didn't realize you were just washing your hands. Sorry about that. Um, just so you know, I don't mind if you're visiting and you want to hang out. Like, my brother has all those weird Wii games that you have to play with 3 or more people, and usually when he asks me, I always tell him no. Don't you dare rope me into that with any of your friends, but I think I'll make an exception for you. So if there's any board games or video games that you need another person to play, well, you can count me in. For most stuff. There's a few things that are an absolute hard no for me, such as Twister. Not just because of the weird close proximity, but because, just like everything else, I'm incredibly clumsy with that, and as soon as I have to place any of my limbs on a circle, I am slipping and sliding and falling. Oh yeah? What are your guys' plans for tonight? Oh, you're watching a movie? Nice. I mean, that's usually what friends do when they hang out, I guess. But what you're watching? Really? No way, that's one of my favorites. No, I'm serious. I've seen it like 3 or 4 times now, I think. In fact, I'm pretty sure that when I watched it last time, I fell asleep and ended up replaying it by accident, so I actually saw it twice. Well, bits and pieces of it when I was awake. But regardless, I would definitely love to join you guys. Thanks. I really appreciate you asking if I wanted to. Um, Now, don't tell my brother about this, because he's always asking, but I do have a secret stash of snacks that I hide in my closet at the top behind the shoebox. So, well, I'll give you special access when you're visiting. If I'm not around, you can just run in there and maybe grab something. Obviously, don't say where you got it. And don't snoop around, or your privileges will be immediately revoked. But whatever you're in the mood for, I've probably got some of it hiding in my secret stash. It might be really weird for me to say this, but this is probably the only time that I'm kind of glad something embarrassing happened to me. Because I finally met someone who actually seems to listen, and that means a lot. I hope to see you around more. Don't be a stranger, okay? And I'll be right downstairs with those snacks. After I've gotten some pajamas on, because I've been standing around in this robe long enough. Okay, I'll meet you down there.